morning I got up around 6 o'clock, I would say. I first woke up around 5, but that was just simply too early. Could not wrap my brain around that. So yeah, got up around 6, birds have been chirping, I'm very dehydrated still, but my first takeaways are, one, that my left knee quite sore, so that could be a problem later on. And also my foot, where I was thinking the glass sliver is, I am starting to feel that a little bit, so I'm hoping that doesn't aggravate more, but something to keep in mind. So my plan is evolving somewhat, but I'm not going to make any rash decisions right now. So I think I can still power through today, and basically by the end of today I'll know with more certainty how it'll play out for the next 3 days, basically. So yeah, should be nice. So as you probably assumed, I'm having a bit of a slow morning. It's now 7:40, so yeah, I've been awake about 2 hours, just kind of moseying about, eating slowly, reorganizing my pack a bit because some aspects of it were not an ideal load yesterday, but I think today is looking pretty good, especially now that I have a lot less food that I need to worry about. It's almost all within the bear bin now, which is excellent in terms of organization. All right, so that'll pretty much do it. Now it's just shoe time and loading the pack onto my back. All right, ready to rock. Well, I can say confidently that seeing that 42-kilometer marker was extremely disheartening, because it's just reaffirming that I'm not even close to finishing. So trying to stay positive, but yeah, I think I'm due for a water break. My early review of this section of the trail, very beautiful and so much moss. Maybe even more than on the West Coast trails. Yeah, it's pretty insane. The floor is just completely blanketed. Not as much on the trees like on the West Coast, but yeah, this is pretty awesome. Ferns and moss everywhere you look. I've seen a few of these tracks, but I have no idea if it could be a moose or maybe just a deer. They look pretty big though. Here's my shoe for comparison. That was a pretty cool experience. So finally got a viewpoint, got out of the forest for a little bit, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very short reprieve. So I took that opportunity to have a little second breakfast, which was just trail mix, and then flew the drone a bit. So now that I'm outside of the national park, it's totally above board, so no questions there. Just really awesome to see the environment from the water side, because being in the forest you can't really see much of anything. So it looks like the tide, actually I can't tell if it's high or low. There is one beach visible, which maybe indicates that it's low tide, but right now you can see the sandbar is totally available. So I'm kind of taking that as the sign that I should do the next river or creek crossing ASAP. Because it's supposed to be about a 3-hour hike between the two, Goose River and Goose Creek. And I think I'm about an hour and a half in, so about the halfway point. Although I have been going pretty slow, so it's a bit hard to gauge that. But anyways, that's the next mission. So let's roll. There's no chance in hell that I am recording myself doing that, because then I have to do it twice. So anyways, this is gonna suck. The switchbacks on this section somehow make you go forward, backwards, up and down both. So yeah, it's not been fun so far, and it looks like it's only gonna get worse. Okay, gonna be a long day. Well, that was again very humbling. Only 2 kilometers. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Okay, let's check this out. Oh, damn it. I thought this was gonna be like a backcountry cabin, but no, it's just a toilet. Anyways, the view is nice. Okay, so I hiked up one of the side trails and found this extremely complicated food hanging contraption. Damn you, squirrel. So far this is the best campsite. I will have to look up the name of it though. But yeah, this is the beach that I saw from my drone earlier. And there's a few campfire setups, a lot of flat ground, and it's just a lot of open space, so you actually get sun. If I had to do it again, I would have pushed all the way through on day 1 to come here. This seems like a much better base camp. The other thing is, I finally ran into a person. So, you know, midway through day 2, saw some human contact, which is nice. And he was planning basically the same thing I was, which is because there's not any shuttles running this year for, you know, whatever reasons, profit, gas prices or whatever, he was doing out and back, except he was doing it in the other direction. So he's going to Goose River, which is where I slept last night, and then going back towards the salmon area. So most likely, if I keep up this horrifically slow pace, I will probably cross him again when he's lapping me, which is a bit embarrassing, but you know, I'm not really trying to win any records here, just out for a walk. So just had some more of my dehydrated apples as a snack, and then I'm going to carry on because I would like to avoid having that fine gentleman see me again in my shame. officially in the 30s. I can feel accomplished now, even though I haven't really done much. So, yeah, gotta keep going though, because the mosquitoes are extremely fierce in this forest, so can't stand still for too long. First I thought this tree just had a bit of a weird look at the bottom, but it turns out it's because there's actually 3. So it just took a quick drink break at this site. So this is just after that 38-kilometer marker, and it's a pretty nice setup. So there's one camp pad down here, flat ground, a little rocky, but other than that, pretty nice. And then obviously there's a creek running right here, water access, can't go wrong. Plenty of branches for storing food. Might be weird to highlight that, but in some of these East Coast forests, that's kind of rare because a lot of the trees are so short and thin that they can't support a food bag. But yeah, these ones look great. And then I think there's another pad for a tent just on the other side. So this would be a pretty nice spot. Something to know for the future. Okay, so kilometer 36, and basically all that's happened since then is a lot of ferns. Didn't miss too much. So safe to say this is low tide. I'll probably go ahead and get this crossing out of the way because there's no other tide-related problems that I'll have going forward. So get that on the record books and then maybe explore this little area a little bit. Looks kind of cool. So the good news is I found some cool stuff. They look like old ship parts probably. But the bad news is it came at the cost of my clean and dry shoes. So this is the Goose Creek campsite. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like a long hallway with a bunch of different camp pads cleared out. It appears there is a toilet just on the other side of the trees there. And what do we have here? Oh, gross. An even worse toilet. Okay, I think I'll move on. I already know not to look forward to this. Oh boy. So, these steep inclines are absolutely killing my Achilles. Just because my foot is bent like... So yeah, not a pleasant experience. This one, I think it has an elevation of around 60 meters. I'm about a third of the way so far, so it won't last too much longer. And then I'll get a bit of a reprieve before doing it again, probably 30 more times. Main takeaway from this viewpoint is that it seems like there could have easily been a shortcut along the beach out to, I think it's called Martin Head, rather than take the terrible path from Goose Creek in the forest, because that really sucked. And yeah, I was a bit too nervous to take that, even though I thought it would be possible when I was out on the beach earlier. But I was afraid of being stuck when the tide came in. So it seems like I would have been able to beat it, but yeah, it wasn't worth the risk, obviously. But I think that could be something that people could implement if they plan the tides very well. So something to know. To give a glimpse into my mind state, I was thoroughly enjoying behind me this little ridge walk. The only thing is, it lasted about 2.5 minutes. And then we're going back downhill. So, I'm pissed. Probably impossible to see through the trees there, but that is a bald eagle, and he's chirping like crazy. I'm still not getting used to is these little sections of the trail where you are on the coastline, I guess, which is to say you get a view of the bay, and right now it looks incredible. There's no wind, it's basically like smooth as butter, and it looks turquoise. It's so nice. I took a bit of a detour out to Martin's Head. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's a really nice beach area. So I took off my shoes, let my socks dry out, and I think I might even go for a swim. because I'm just completely covered in salt and from my sweat, so might as well have sea salt added to the mix. So yeah, looking forward to that. On to it now. Okay, a quick update before the mosquitoes get me. But after I was feeling refreshed from a little dip in the water there, I took a look at the map and it said that Telegraph Brook is about 2.2 kilometers away. And I think there's about 2.5 hours to sunset at the time, which, you know, doable. So I'm just trying to muscle through and hopefully get set up there well before sunset. Wait, did I say sunrise? Anyways, long story short, I'm going to Telegraph Brook. Boom. Ooh, making some good progress. It's amazing how fast I can go when there's not 3,000 switchbacks. So this is nice. Should be there soon. So very stupid mistake by me, but when I was rushing, I was looking at the map point to point rather than trail distance. So I am not even close to Telegraph. So I've stopped instead at Quiddy River. So it's maybe about 7:45 to 8 o'clock right now. I don't want to push it at night again. So this spot looks pretty nice. A lot of open space. Water access, obviously. So I'm just gonna post up here and then be ready to rock early in the morning this time. So that's the plan. Now I'll get set up. All right, so since I'm setting up camp, might as well do the end of day update distance-wise. So let's take a look. Total ascent, 1655. That is a lot. Then we have distance, 35 kilometers. And overall map stuff. We can see, based on this, I'm about at the halfway mark. It's very distressing. So tomorrow should be fun. I say that sarcastically, of course. So camp is set up, but I am having trouble finding the willpower to cook supper. I'm so exhausted, but then I look at the map and I feel like I barely accomplished anything. So it's very disheartening. And then just combined with how sore my body is, I don't know, it's partially mental, partially physical, but I am struggling. So I think I'm just gonna lay down for a while. Hopefully I get a second wind. I'm not even really hungry, but I know it's a good idea to eat something, so we'll see how that goes.